Before this video begins, I just want to mention the following. What I'm about to say is not a direct attack towards any individual developer, it is not a hate attack, it's not aggression, it is simply criticism from what we have seen as material from Assassin's Creed Shadows, what we have seen as scenes, what we have seen as fighting, development of the storyline for the pre-release, and what we have seen through clips online and information that was received publicly. With that said, I wish to start off the video with the following. What the fuck, Ubisoft? Good evening, ladies and gents, my name is Yozo, the bearded Balkan blabbermouth, and yes, this was my official announcement that I am not going to attack any developers and I'm not going to personally attack or hate on anyone. If you wonder why I'm saying this, it's because Ubisoft have not backed down as of yet from their alleged claim that they will be pursuing and possibly legally attacking people who, for their parameters and as per their own vision, would probably attack and hate on their developers and they want to protect their employees. Now, all of this to me is absolutely stupid because there is a quick distinction between what actual attacks against developers are and what actual criticism is. However, when a company allegedly says that they will be determining what they consider a personal attack or a hate campaign against them and the game, that's when you have to do those things that I just did in the beginning of the video. So, with that said, let us continue. Assassin's Creed Shadows is 1 day from release. We are the 19th and already a lot of gameplay clips from pre-releases from people who have gotten review codes and have streamed it on Twitch have surfaced on the internet, and I must say I did a coffee thought stream a little over 12 hours ago, and I must say the following thing: this is one giant hot pot of absolute shit. I'm telling you, like, amongst the actual good stuff that I saw with gameplay, with scenery, with actual good world building and good graphics on this game, there is at least 2 times more stupid stuff that were crammed in there and were not fleshed out, from gameplay bugs which are normal to not fleshed out animations, and of course, as it's probably already normal for a lot of these companies, we have a lot of unnecessary scenes and a lot of additional controversy. Now, before I continue with this video, I just want to showcase this post from Hypnotic and his video on the matter, which I have watched and I urge you to watch, which says Assassin's Creed Shadows remove shrine destruction in day 1 patch after massive backlash from Japan. Now, Smash GT also posted a poll about this, and I must say that this is not the best thing that Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft should have done. The thing is that shrine destruction, when you're talking about Japan and when you're talking about what we already know, is that it's an unauthorized use of their shrines, and especially in that matter, they shouldn't have added it in the first place. However, Ubisoft has proven themselves as a company that will do whatever they like until sufficient backlash from communities has pushed them over to not do it or to change it. Now, we have heard before that something like making the shrines destructible and non-destructible is as easy as pushing a button, so it's not hard for them on a technical level. However, they decided to keep it up until the last moment, until the soup in that regard was hot enough to boil, and they simply turned it off and moved it as a day 1 patch. Now, you can rather say that they are cowards for doing so, or that they did right by the Japanese people. To me, there is no right answer for this. They just shouldn't have done it in the first place, because if they hadn't removed it, they would have to face the absolute total backlash from a lot of people and possibly the Japanese officials and protectors of the shrines that have already mounted a stance against that. However, if you remove it as they did, yeah, they would seem like cowards and bending the knee just to appease more people, showing that they don't have any backbone and are just spineless. Both cases suck. Both cases do not showcase a good side to Ubisoft. That's why they probably shouldn't have done it in the first place, and just be respectful from the start. Moving on, I am immediately going to the clips that we're seeing. Even if you don't recognize what you're seeing currently, I'll just rewind the video and showcase you one of the controversial scenes here. Now this is Naoe and Katsushima, which is apparently another shinobi, and as you can see, she kind of actually, wait, let me just stop here. She kind of like doesn't look all that Japanese to me. She kind of looks more like either Native American or Indian or some sort of Middle Eastern. This is just my view on the stuff. I might be wrong, but she doesn't look all that Japanese to me, especially back in the day where people were, let's say, more looking for their region that they're now. Now they're kissing. Now you're seeing this, and this is again one of the lesbian scenes here, and I will show you in a second. I would say why I am showcasing this. Yeah, this is quite a lengthy. They're doing it, and it's actually clumsily animated, if I must say, because I have seen stuff from Mass Effect more than 10 years ago that was much better, and I'm showcasing this for one reason. Now, when I talked about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and the optional gay scene that it's in that game, I was talking about when exactly can be acceptable in a video game, in my opinion, to have something like this. It is when it is very minuscule, it does not change the story, it does not interfere with the story, and it does not do anything that would change the course of the game. Now, I don't know because I still haven't played, and I basically botched my only chance to get that game gifted to me essentially this morning. I don't know where that scene is in the game, or does it do anything to change the game? Does it influence the path of the game, or is it in your face? Is it something that is very, very pushed into you? However, if it's not, then that would be actually perfectly okay. I don't particularly have anything against scenes like this as long as they're done naturally. The reason I'm mentioning this is because I am absolutely sure that this is not natural. I haven't played the game, but I will be playing the game soon, and I'm absolutely sure that this scene is not naturally fused into the game core mechanics. It is there. It is very, very upfront, and I am absolutely sure that it is going to get pushed into faces of people. And it's not the only scene. Here we see something even more controversial, and this is controversial in and of itself, and I will tell you why. Apologies for the quality. First of all, the animation is kind of weird. So this is Ibuki. Ibuki doesn't have a lot of information about them. Let me just repeat that because I am purposely using this. Now I'll show you something. There doesn't seem to be all that much information about this character outside of several leaks from a month ago, and this, recruited by completing their quest line, which begins with the ambush interrupted side quest outside Kashiwara village in Iga, must play as Yasuke and can be romanced. Now, first of all, this is not a female, although they have presented it as female in the leaks that uses the pronouns they, them. So it's a non-binary. It is someone who's apparently trans or identifies as someone from the opposite sex. Seeing this character here, this does not look like a woman. It more looks like a man. And if a man is exclusively romanced by Yasuke, because this article says that you must play as Yasuke, you cannot play as Naoe and unlock this character, and it is romanced by Yasuke alone. And this is what basically happened in this scene. This is from the game, this is taken directly, screen capped. It's a little bit zoomed intentionally, and yeah, just look at how they're going. And by the way, this is by far not the only scene that we see in there. And here my good friends, this, look at here, this little, I'm sure that you see it. This is a direct look towards the camera. This is a direct fourth wall break with a smug smile that we see. You can think whatever you want about this scene. We all, I think, know what that means, is that this is just a little nod to the gamer. Yeah, we did that, and yeah, we can do that. Here we have more. Yeah, flagging around. And this is a man. Whatever you might... Oh my god. I'm looking at the scene for the 5th time just for the review purposes, and yeah, every time is, I'm sorry, just cringe. But wait, there is more. This is another scene of Yasuke and someone, apparently someone else, that is not Ibuki. This is Hori Hidemasa. Sorry for butchering the name. But yeah, we have another scene, and the fact that you have 3 scenes in here just speaks volumes. Again, I'm speaking from my humble opinion only, but this is basically a major focus on romances and on same-sex romances. Of course, we have to have some balance, and this is a clip that showcases actually a normal relationship that is considered by most people. This is from Geralt of Gunya, and I want to say a huge thanks to Pirate Nation, Learning the Law, Hypnotic, Permaband for showcasing these things and posting the clip so we can all see them. But this clip is with Yasuke and Oda Nobunaga, the daimyo, own sister, which is something that I personally think that was not historically accurate, and I think someone explained that she was never involved with a samurai, especially with Yasuke, even though I'm pretty sure that the wankers that have did this scene and have written this scene wanted to have this the BBC in her little vajui. I'm sure that Rule 34 and other websites will just take this and absolutely go hog wild with this. The absolute perversion is on. They will go absolutely wild with this. And so you would think that this is all the controversy that there is. There's some, you know, sex scenes and all that. But it's a $100 plus game once again. So it's okay. It doesn't have to be this. You don't have to do this. It's not the main story of the game. And I say, okay, yes, absolutely, you're right. And there's probably some very, very nice gameplay. However, I want to say, if there is such a big project that you have spent millions and hundreds of millions of dollars for, you have twice delayed this game in order to flesh out everything that you had to flesh out, in order to make it absolutely perfect, in order to not be another Star Wars Outlaws, in order for it to be as absolute of a gem that you want to have it, to show it to the investors, to be your saving grace, Ubisoft, to be the thing that will grip you tight and raise you from perdition and bring you to the top so you can have the glory you once have once again and be saved from the clutches of Tencent. If that is truly why you delayed this game twice, why you have kept your course, why you have poured millions upon millions of dollars into these additional stuff that you delayed the game to polish out for, then please explain this.
Resentment can grow quietly without much.
I'm sorry. I have listened to this clip for more, I think 15 or 16 times today, and it still bugs the hell out of me. I apologize for this, and I will rewind and just give you the absolute satisfaction that I'm experiencing every time, the absolute cringe supreme that is oozing from this one clip alone.
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm. Mushrooms can too. Shiitake?
Mushrooms. The smell of dirt, grass, and rain.
I have no idea what that was. I have truly no idea how this passed. I really really wish that this is something that is going to get removed and it was probably from an earlier build of the game. However, it's not. It's not. It has several clips already. It has a clip through daytime, through nighttime, so you can have that experience in different times. And I don't know if it's going to get patched. It probably will, because the outburst is absolutely amazing. And we don't know if it's not AI. Some people say that it's AI, some people say that it's not AI. To me, it sounds like AI, but it sounds like very believable AI. And we have here from Bender Hub a split clip that says that Ubisoft is developing an AI tool that aims to support scriptwriters. Ubisoft Ghostwriter will generate NPC phrases and sounds. So maybe that is it. It probably is that. We have no idea if that is true. However, in all of the cases that you can see, it is absolutely abhorrent. And of course, where would we be without the glazing, the absolute glamorous critic reviews from all the major websites? And you see that Permaband has it all summed up. Absolutely amazing. This is one screenshot that goes to all the reviews. Return to form, 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 return to form. Rest in peace, David Stephen Cohen. You will be missed. And yeah, it will seem that we have the absolute amazing return to form still active and once again trying to be pushed for an actual term that people would listen to. And probably the aim that I'm seeing here is that they will try to make people say, okay, if it's a return to form, then this game is good. It's exactly the opposite. We already see that with Dragon Age the Velgar. Return to form basically means a pile of shit. We have it synonymously connected it into our heads. When you say return to form, it is that, a pile of shit. And I don't know what else am I going to say about this game. What else there is to say? Ubisoft has probably made a beautiful pile of shit, because I have seen several clips of fighting, of world exploration, and I must say, they are nice. The world exploration, the graphics, the scenery, it is nice. It is good. It is very captivating to watch. But that's just it. That's just it. It is beautiful. And once you get into the fighting, from what I've seen to the clips, it's has a lot of problems. We have already reviews that are online. Legacy Killer HD has a amazing review that I do urge you to go and see, and more reviews will be flowing. One last thing that is due to be noted here is that today Ubisoft's stocks dipped quite a bit. They were at 13.22 at 9:55 local time here in the Balkans, and they have started gradually going down, and later at around noon they dipped a lot and started to making a little bit of a return afterwards. However, they are still dipping by 72 euro cents or 5.58% per day. This is one day before the release. Now, this is not something unusual for Ubisoft. I have checked several of the previous instances of Assassin's Creed releases have had similar stuff. However, not by this degree and not by so much in one fell swoop. So we remain to see what will happen tomorrow. One day remains, less than 24 hours until Assassin's Creed Shadows is officially released. It will be on Steam, on a lot of other stores. There are already discounts on several of the websites with codes, with promo bundles and sorts like this. We'll see what the sales are going to be. I predicted today and posted my personal predictions on X that it will probably sell 2.5 million on Steam and probably 1.5 up to probably 2 million on all the other platforms. That's without counting any refunds, any returns, anything else. We'll see. It's probably going to be making some money, but unless it does strike at least 6-7 million copies sold, it will not be enough for Ubisoft. That is for sure. That is the fact. That is something that we are all seeing. So we just have to wait and see. Tomorrow is going to be a huge day. We're either going to see Ubisoft rising from the ashes like a phoenix, or just crumbling together with everything that they have laid waste in their own kingdom. I personally lean towards the latter because the pile of redundant protoplasm is just too big to clean. But we will see. Until then, we just have to wishlist the true good game that is out there, and that is Yasuke Simulator. Go wishlist it on Steam and let's get it up in that wishlist category. We have 20 hours and I urge you to go and play that as well. Thank you very much for watching this video if you did up until now. If you enjoy my content, press the like, press the subscribe, and press the join button to become part of the DiscussThing Guild and help support me to becoming a full-time YouTuber and support homeless animals and animals in shelters. One more way to support the latter is to visit my Patreon link and donate there. 100% of all proceeds go for helping homeless animals, animals in shelters, animals in need, sick animals, little animals, big animals, cats, dogs, parrots, pigeons, rabbits, squirrels, everything that is out there and is struggling in the world, in this cruel world. Thank you very much for watching me. My name is Hiezo, this was DiscussThing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers and stay fresh.